beans from some housewife or whatever, and they want to make dinner. And everything's sopping wet. I can't get a fire started. And Hobo realized all he has to do is go up there in that journal box and lift that little lid, and he's got this oil-soaked rag. That's Hobo Sterno is what that is. So he'd get that, you know, next day, 20, 30 miles up the line, you know, their flume of smoke, and long work day got a little longer. So, you know, the railroads didn't like hauling a caboose around, and as the engines got larger, there was now space in the engine where the conductor could have a little desk, and there were seats for whatever brakeman they required. So the only function remaining that the caboose served was to monitor brake pressure. Now the caboose is at the end of the line, end of the train. You know, you see the hoses that connect all the train. They're the brake line. And the way the brakes work is those hoses go into a triple valve, and if the hose pressure is higher than a reservoir tank on the car, then the air charges the reservoir. If the reservoir is higher pressure than the train line, then the difference in that pressure gets applied to the brakes. So to put on the brakes, what you do is you open a little hole in the brake line and you bleed air out of the brake line. That lowers the pressure in the brake line, and the difference in that pressure gets applied to the brakes. So like if the train were going down a long grade, the conductor might turn this on and bleed off maybe 5 psi, and that would have the brakes just barely come on, and that would provide just enough resistance that the cars wouldn't all bunch together as they go down the hill. Just incidentally, the reasoning behind that is if you break the train line, the airline goes to zero, every car in the train immediately applies the full brakes. It's an emergency stop. It's a failed safe system. So, you know, they're back in a caboose. If he notices that the pressure is going down, he realizes he's got a leaking brake hose somewhere. So they would stop the train, they carry spare hoses, and they'd try and fix that. So when he got rid of a caboose, they had to, you know, fulfill this function. And this is a modern caboose. It's, you know, it sticks in the coupler and the grab iron on the last car in the train. This connects into the hose of the car. In here you've got, you know, a device that reads the brake pressure, and it radios that up to the engineer so he knows what it's doing. And then this is just the light that flashes, and if you've seen a train go by, you know, you can usually see that flashing light at the end of the train. And these have a lot of names, not all of which are repeatable, but my favorite, they're called Fret. And that's a flashing rear end device.
That's cool.
Back the pose.
So,
No, the caboose is used for when you're backing up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
so